Blake Lively's bright smile and polished public persona once made her seem untouchable. Fans saw her as the friendly face of Hollywood glamour, a beloved actress with an enviable personal life and a flair for doing everything with style. Yet, beneath that carefully maintained image, rumors and accusations have begun to swirl, suggesting that Blake's picture-perfect reputation is more fragile than anyone realized. Recent chatter points to behind-the-scenes power plays, sudden feuds, and even deep rifts within her own family. The real story, it turns out, might be far more tumultuous than the sparkly headlines ever let on. It's no secret that Hollywood thrives on intrigue, but this unfolding saga has managed to grab the spotlight in an especially dramatic way. More than a simple feud between colleagues, the conflict centers on Blake's alleged maneuvers to control a joint project, pitting her against actor and filmmaker Justin Baldoni. What started as quiet tension on set escalated into legal disputes, cryptic social media posts, and a swirl of leaked messages that challenged the authenticity of Blake's public claims. Now, an entire industry and a legion of fans are rethinking who she really is behind those immaculate photos and charming talk show appearances. For years, Blake Lively cultivated the image of a Hollywood success story. She was the runway favorite star of hit shows and movies, a frequent face on designer campaigns, and half of a so-called golden couple with Ryan Reynolds. Their playful online banter seemed genuinely endearing, and their red carpet photos had fans swooning over their adorable partnership. Add in their celebrity friendships, including rumored close ties to major pop icons, and you had a picture of near-flawless domestic bliss. Yet behind that sunny exterior, subtle hints of tension were quietly stacking up. A few unverified whispers emerged about Blake being hyper-controlling on set. Some background players claimed she had a knack for rewriting scripts without much warning, going well beyond mere acting duties. But the occasional rumor never truly stuck, mostly because her public persona was so powerful. People loved her comedic timing in interviews, her whimsical fashion sense, and the fairy tale aura of her marriage. In an industry that churns out scandals almost weekly, the idea that Blake might have a darker side went largely ignored, at least until now. The real troubles began to surface when Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni teamed up on a production that initially looked promising. Justin had developed parts of the story from the ground up and was poised to direct and star. Blake's involvement was meant to propel the project into a bigger spotlight, and for a time they seemed like the ideal creative duo. But as shooting progressed, rumblings of dissatisfaction began bubbling up. Insiders described disputes over script changes, clashing visions, and a constant tug-of-war over how each scene should unfold. Those close to the action claimed that Blake demanded far-reaching control, more than an actor typically wields. Justin, eager to preserve the creative integrity he'd worked so hard to establish, allegedly pushed back. Soon, rumors of legal friction started circulating. The initial gossip hinted at contractual issues and creative misunderstandings. But as hush-hush conversations leaked, it became apparent that bigger allegations were brewing, accusations serious enough to draw in lawyers on both sides. Before the public could even register the depth of this conflict, matters intensified dramatically. In the midst of swirling rumors and legal statements, a surprising figure entered the public arena: Justin's father, Sam Baldoni. Generally, Hollywood parents try to stay out of their children's PR storms, not Sam. He posted a short but pointed remark on social media that seemed to take aim directly at Blake Lively, and by extension, her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Without naming names, Sam's words left no doubt as to who he was referencing. He praised his son, Justin's integrity, in a way that implied a stark contrast to the Lively-Reynolds power couple. Fans and casual observers alike went into a frenzy. Suddenly, the conflict wasn't just about a routine Hollywood disagreement. It was a family matter, too. People who'd never followed Justin Baldoni before were reposting Sam's comments, dissecting every syllable to see if it confirmed their suspicions about Blake. The post set off an avalanche of speculation, leading countless fans to wonder whether Blake had manipulated the story to protect her image, or if there was still more to be revealed. Within days, casual curiosity about the dispute turned into widespread fascination. But that wasn't the whole story. As the online whirlwind gathered pace, one of Hollywood's most influential trade publications decided to publish a story that all but ridiculed Blake's claims. It was a highly unusual move. Typically, top-tier outlets are gentle with A-listers, preferring to maintain good relationships for future exclusives. Seeing a major publication openly mock Blake's position, complete with a caricature that put her in an unflattering light, was a sign that industry insiders might have grown tired of her narrative. From that moment on, it felt like the floodgates opened. Screenshots of behind the scenes text messages leaked, including some in which Blake appeared to be on friendly terms with Justin, praising his ideas or inviting him onto set during personal moments. These messages clashed with the more alarming allegations in her legal filings, creating an uncomfortable question. Were these charges simply strategic moves to push Justin out of his own project? The revelation that the Baldoni family had been barred from the film's premiere was the final straw for many. It hinted at a star using her considerable influence to sideline those who challenged her. In a parallel development, rumors circulated that Blake's own extended family had been distancing themselves from the drama, refusing to publicly defend her actions. Some suggested that the Lively clan, often seen as a close-knit group, found the entire affair embarrassing. Whether those whispers were true or exaggerated, they deepened the impression that Blake had overreached. The Hollywood machine is notoriously unforgiving. When a beloved celebrity is revealed to have skeletons in the closet, or even just a penchant for questionable behavior, industry power players tend to scatter. Producers who once saw Blake as a bankable star started wondering if she might be more trouble than she was worth. Casting directors quietly removed her from shortlists, worried that any project she joined would come with excessive baggage and potential liabilities. Ryan Reynolds, known for his own massive fan following and comedic brand, remained conspicuously silent. While fans initially expected a supportive statement from him, days and then weeks passed without any direct remark on Blake's conflict with the Baldonis. Some took his silence as a sign that he might be grappling with a complicated situation at home. Others assumed he simply wanted to protect his own career by not doubling down on shaky allegations. All the while, social media became a breeding ground for dissection. Amateur internet detectives uncovered clips of Blake contradicting her own statements, or moments that hinted at her tendency to take over projects. With each new find, public sympathy for her dwindled. But the drama wasn't about to fade away. Amid the swirling accusations, Justin Baldoni seemed to stick to a calm, measured approach. He released only a few spare statements, each time backing them up with receipts, either text messages or neutral third-party confirmations. That strategy proved surprisingly effective. Far from being labeled guilty, Justin emerged as someone who was unfairly backed into a corner by an A-list star's powerful PR machine. With his father, Sam Baldoni, leading the way on social media, Justin's profile soared. Viewers who'd only vaguely recognized him from prior acting roles began taking notice of his filmography, philanthropic efforts, and behind-the-scenes activism. This groundswell of interest led to new offers, from talk show appearances to production deals. It was a striking turnaround, considering that Blake's accusations initially had the potential to derail his career entirely. Instead, the controversy ended up spotlighting Justin in a role that made him look principled and resilient, qualities Hollywood often admires, especially when accompanied by receipts that support one side of the story. In time, Sam Baldoni's posts started to feel like must-watch events. He would hint at deeper truths, praising Justin's integrity, or referencing messages that contradicted Blake's claims. It became increasingly clear that the Baldoni family was determined not to let the conflict be swept under the rug. They showcased an unbreakable unity that resonated with fans tired of seeing individuals overshadowed by star power. Blake Lively's undoing, if it can be called that, serves as a jarring reminder of how quickly fortunes can change in Hollywood. For years, her curated Instagram feed and warm talk show persona gave the impression of someone utterly in control, someone who could do no wrong. Now she finds herself in the middle of a highly public debacle with legal entanglements, disintegrating family ties, and an increasingly skeptical fan base questioning every word that comes out of her camp. Whether she can stage a comeback is anyone's guess. Hollywood is known both for its short memory and its appetite for redemption arcs, so it's possible she'll find a way to rebuild her tarnished image. Maybe a sincere apology or a high-profile new project will shift public sentiment back in her favor. Or perhaps, like so many others before her, she'll struggle to outrun this controversy no matter how many red carpets she graces in the future. Ultimately, the question stands: has Blake Lively's carefully crafted facade shattered for good? Or will she find a way to bounce back and reclaim the spotlight? Share your take on the chaotic feud, the Baldoni family's unyielding stance, and the precarious balance between star power and accountability. In an industry that loves a good reinvention, don't be surprised if this isn't the end of Blake's story. But right now, it's definitely the most shocking chapter of her career.